In this video, we will discuss the principles of Bhakti movement and also the poems of prayer. So, in the course of the evolution of these forms of worship, in many instances, poet saints emerged as leaders around whom they developed a community of devotees. Further, while Brahmins remained important intermediaries between the god and devotees in, we can say, several forms of bhakti, these traditions also accommodated and acknowledged women and the lower caste categories considered just for liberation within the orthodox Brahminical framework. What also characterized tradition of bhakti was a remarkable diversity. This was as important. So, at the different level, historians of religion often classify bhakti tradition into two broad categories. The first is sagun, that means with attributes, and the first is sagun with attribute, and second is nirgun, that means without attribute. The former included tradition that focused on the worship of specific deities such as Shiv, Vishnu, and his avatar, and the form of the goddesses or Devi. All often just like Nirgun Bhakti, on the other hand, was the worship of an abstract form of God. Then, if we talk about the earliest Bhakti movement, which were led by the Alvars, are immersed in devotion of Vishnu, and Nanas, which literally leaders who were devotees of Shiva. So they traveled from place to place singing hymns in Tamil, uh, and then just singing hymns in Tamil in praise of their gods. During their travel, the Alvars and the Nanas identified just certain shrines as abodes of their chosen deities. Very often, large temples were later built at these sacred places. These developed as centers of pilgrimage. Singing compositions of these poet saints became part of temple ritual in these shrines, as did worship of the saint images. Now, what are their just attitude towards caste? So, some historians suggest that the Alvars and the Nanas initiated a movement of protest against the caste system and the dominance of the Brahmins, or at least attempted to reform the system. To some extent, this is corroborated by the fact that the Bhakts hailed from diverse social backgrounds, ranging from Brahmins to artisans and cultivators, and even from the caste considered untouchables. So, the importance of the tradition of the Alvars and Nanas was sometime indicated by the claim that their composition were as important as the Vedas. If we talk about the presence of women, then in this case, for instance, the composition of Andal, a woman Alvar who widely sung Andal, saw herself as the beloved of Vishnu. Her verses express her love for the deity. Another woman, Karaikal Amayar, a devotee of Shiva, adopted the path of extreme, or we can say, just in order to attain her goal. Her compositions were preserved within the Nana tradition. So these women renounced their social obligations but did not join an alternative order to become nuns. Their very existence and their compositions posed a challenge to patriarchal norms.